Hi, good evening, everyone. GM again. So we're back again with our DDC Omnichain session, episode number 2. So join us for tonight alongside with Sir Churchill, our technical from DDC, discussing about exploring trends in emerging technology and, of course, highlighting some spotlight of industry leaders. So starting off, we would like to emphasize that education's over financial advice. So do your own research. And thanks for being here on our show. So we are thrilled tonight to welcome Sir Klexos, co-founder of ZetaEarn, to our program. It's a great to have you join us here.
With the DDC community. It's a true pleasure. And it's actually one of my first live sessions like this. So I'm going to try my best to introduce our project and to discuss some of the interesting things that we're doing.
Yeah, nice, amazing. So we'll explore this episode about ZetaEarn. So it's a staking and a Launchpad platform on ZetaChain, the Omnichain. So, but before that, let's try to get familiar with Sir Plexus. So, sir, could you give us like an introduction about your journey within our industry, then coming to ZetaChain, then building ZetaEarn itself?
Sure. My crypto journey actually went all the way back to 2018 when my friends started actually exploring this relatively new industry as a serious viable business or venture, or where the newest freshest entrepreneurs came together. And I actually started doing things for the industry by organizing hackathons. One of the things I did back then was to organize an Ethereum hackathon that actually was hosted in Singapore. And that, if you remember that, it was actually a very dark bear market crypto winter 2 cycles back. Still, I think the enthusiasm and the passion and the things that the builders were spending their time and energy building on really inspired me, and I kept an eye on this industry for some time. And then in 2021, I officially quit my day job and dived into the industry, wanting to build something for myself. As you probably can recall, the last cycle was populated with different CeFi solutions. Institutionalization was a big topic back then. So I actually worked with some of these guys. And then the bear hit again. I realized that there could probably be something more native and more value adding that could be built from the industry. And that's actually when ZetaChain started advocating an omni-chain proposition or a concept, seeing that different ecosystems, they were fragmented, they were silos, and they were not actually connected to each other. And what if we can come up with a single chain that can help the user navigate through the different ecosystems, be it EVM, non-EVM, whatsoever. And that actually would really help usher in a huge wave of new users without requiring them to actually climb a very steep learning curve. And over the time, I became familiar with the ZetaChain team. And when they officially announced that they plan to go live with the mainnet, we went very deep with them and decided eventually to build out one of the DeFi primitives on ZetaChain itself. That is where ZetaEarn is today, the first and largest liquid staking protocol on ZetaChain.
Yeah, that was an amazing journey, sir. So basically, you started also on the first DeFi summer, right? When way back when Ethereum was, you can transact just by cents, right? It's amazing feeling.
Yeah, I mean, DeFi Summer was really crazy. That brought out a lot of new ideas. I think you see the likes of Uniswap and SushiSwap, and I mean, along with that, a lot of drama happening. And I think that's when you see crypto or blockchain in general has more use cases than purely trading or financial uh, use cases. And of course, then you see also NFT coming out that made it much more fun, so
Mm-hmm.
to speak. And I think fun is also one element we at ZetaEarn care a lot about. I'll talk more about it later, but I think uh, the whole point of personally for me to join this industry is that we can do serious work while not being so serious.
Yeah, definitely. It's a fun experience for everyone to learn about DeFi. And also, as we advance now, back 2024, so there are so many product iteration and improvement already. And one of that is really ZetaChain, highlighting the omni-chain aspect. So, yeah, let's try to go a bit deep on ZetaEarn. So, uh, can you give us some like a surface overview of ZetaEarn? What is its core product, what are the challenges it addresses, then tell us about like the basic of it.
Sure.
Mm,
So before I talk about ZetaRM, probably I need to give a very quick one-two liner about ZetaChain's
mhm,
design itself. So ZetaChain is a layer one public blockchain, and it's actually built out using Cosmos SDK. It is EVM compatible at the same time, and it's using point of stake uh, consensus mechanism. And this actually means to secure the network, we will need uh, token holders to actually participate by staking their Zeta token. At the same time, you need a network of validators or node operators to help process the transactions on the blockchain. But native staking, as you know, for example, on Ethereum or other similar POS chains, would mean that the user's capital will be locked up for a period of time. Even when they want to unstake, they will actually need to go through a waiting period,
mhm,
thereby limiting users' capital efficiency. And there came the idea of liquid staking, and it was pioneered by Lido. I
yep.
think today we all in Web3 know what Lido does and how successful they are. So this idea that came to be ZetaChain was very simple. We wanted to do the same thing, provide the same utility to ZetaChain as what Lido has done to Ethereum.
Mhm,
And liquid staking basically helps the users to receive an LST when they actually stake their Zeta. In our case, the users will actually receive ST Zeta, and they can then take the ST Zeta to explore other DeFi protocols within the Zeta chain ecosystem. Or when they actually need a liquidity, they can actually go on to different liquidity avenues to exchange back their Zeta token without waiting out the entire unstake period.
mhm,
So we improve capital efficiency, we improve user experience, we improve the liquidity of the entire ecosystem. It's That's why we call this one of the DeFi primitives on
mhm,
ZetaChain, because of course you will run without it, but your life becomes easier and better with a basic service that's provided by ZetaEarn.
mhm. Yeah, that's amazing. I fully agree. Here, like on the DeFi Summer 2, we may say 2 because it's already the second one. The de facto assets becoming like liquid stake, right? And the legacy is more on the native staking aspect,
Yeah,
because DeFi is really increasing in the aspect of interaction with the different users. So ZetaEarn is capitalizing on that, right? Natively on Zeta Chain.
yeah, that's right. So I think we are thinking of or building out Zeta Chain's vision as well. In this cycle, what we have seen is number one, uh, the narrative of DeFi has gone from native staking to liquid
Mhm,
staking to liquid restaking, and we all see the fast and huge wave that's brought about by players like Eigenlayer on Ethereum. And we have also seen a renewed interest in building out the BTC ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
So we have also players building out BTC layer twos. We have projects trying to build out BTC staking, BTC restaking, stuff like that. And we think ZetaChain is actually at a very good spot for this particular new wave of DeFi, as Ben, you have called it, because ZetaChain can natively support not only its own asset, but also assets from other chains because of its omni-chain design. And naturally, if we build out on ZetaChain, we would acquire the ability to let our users do staking of other assets directly from ZetaChain, thereby unifying liquidity. We end the fragmentation era, and we will be able to bring also a comprehensive yet simple to use UI UX to the users. And we believe all these add together will help bring in more new users, and they will not be like when we got into crypto that we had to figure out everything ourselves. And I think that's one of the biggest entry barriers for crypto right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I fully agree with that. Now, let's try to backtrack a bit with
Mm-hmm.
regards to Zeta Chain itself. Like, as we know, early part on the crypto or the blockchain um, development, like the
Mm-hmm.
trilemma on that aspect, like the scalability, the decentralization aspect. So interoperability could somehow like integrated on the scalability aspect, right? Like integrating and opening a window to every blockchain that exists in on that aspect. So can you share some good narratives why Zeta Chain is one of the best forefront on this aspect with interoperability?
Sure. I
Mhm.
think at a core, Zeta Chain's capability of or its approach to implement cross-chain interoperability is through its omni-chain smart contract,
Mhm.
and that is actually the framework we are building our protocol on top of. So through the smart omni-chain smart contract, we can use a single set of logic and replicate it across different blockchains to be able to control, to manipulate assets directly from ZetaChain. So this actually would provide interoperability to the user without the users actually feeling it. And I'm talking about users who are especially new to this
Mhm.
industry, that they no longer need to learn or get themselves up to speed about the entire history about how BDC came about,
Mhm.
how POW works, and then entering Ethereum, bring the smart contract capability to blockchain or crypto, and then transitioning from POW to POS, and then the sort of development and the rise of other similar complementary or competitive layer ones, and that itself I think would sort of keep a lot of people's interest or kill a lot of people's interest in the process. So we aim to actually provide user with a single, simple, universal experience or layout, so that user only knows, okay, I have different assets,
Mhm.
and now I can go to ZetaChain as the platform, ZetaEarn as the application to interact with all my assets and with all the applications out there, be it exchanges, DEX, be it lending protocols, be it NFT, be it SocialFi, different things they can all directly try or they can experience from ZetaChain, so that the interoperability issue or the challenge we see is addressed actually without the user actually seeing them, how we weave things together, how we
Mhm.
actually piece the different chains, how do we align their differences.
Yeah, that's really amazing. I really fully agree because way back when I was just a beginner, one of the challenges really is how to interact with different blockchains, how to bridge from them. Now, having like ZetaChain, it put emphasis more on interoperability. It's like abstracting blockchain by itself, so that user can easily interact natively directly from the single blockchain itself, like ZetaChain. So it's
Yeah,
really amazing.
yeah. So I
Mm,
think words like chain agnostic,
mhm,
or interoperability or omnichain, I think, again, to the users who are already inside Web3, that
mhm,
may actually mean something. They may resonate with it. And actually, not everyone will believe it, because the more you play with different protocols, you may have this impression that, oh, they are so different, and probably there's no way that you can unite these things together. Uh, but for the newer users that I think we really want to help bring on board, this to us and also to them are not important details. All they
mhm,
need to know is they are dealing with assets, and the platform that they use to deal with this asset is ZetaChain and ZetaEarn. And um, this is actually, for example, how other similar projects or concepts that are working towards, like we have like intent centric, we
mhm,
have account abstraction, things like this are all targeting to lower the entry barrier for users and to make it easier for people without needing them to know all the fundamental, all the building blocks, all the technicalities in the process.
mhm. Yeah, that's really amazing for a user centric type of approach on onboarding, like newcomers, normies, and even those who are trying to build as a builder on a blockchain, like approaching with ZetaChain. So now, as we know, like ZetaEarn is more like the core product is about liquid staking on that aspect. And based on my experience, one of the main issue with liquid staking is the issue of like gated only on a single blockchain. And one of that problem is very evident on Ethereum because of the gas, the fee, the high cost of interacting like liquid staking your assets. So people are trying to offset some options that they could run into blockchains that are more have offering like cheaper gas fees. And so ZetaEarn, how do the mechanism works with this with regards to this existing problem with regards to liquid staking?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I
Mhm,
think to start off, that is one of the primary narratives that drove the so-called alternative layer one's story in
mhm,
last cycle, because of DeFi Summer's craze. That actually drove the Ethereum gas price so high that ordinary users felt painful to even participate because the gas was exorbitant. And then we had Solana, we had Avalanche, and last cycle we had Luna,
mhm,
that actually promised users much lower transaction costs. And I think they saw very good traction from there. And I think since then, any new layer one chains had to bear in mind that if they are not able to implement a low gas transaction environment, then it won't take off. And even Ethereum, with the
mhm.
recent upgrade of Duncan,
Duncan, yeah.
we have now proto dank sharding, eventually leading to true dank sharding. That will actually bring the Ethereum gas price down as well.
Mhm,
So coming back to ZetaChain, the gas price on ZetaChain is, I would say, almost negligible when it comes to staking. The users won't even feel it. It's probably now 0.00001 Zeta when you want to interact with our smart contract. So there is very little slippage or loss in the process of interacting with the DeFi ecosystem on ZetaChain. And on top of that, our goal is to actually enable cross-chain or omni-chain staking, liquid
mhm,
staking, liquid risk staking of other assets, right? Say Ethereum. We see again the gas price on Ethereum is rising, and we're actually building very quickly the solution for natively stake Ethereum directly from ZetaChain, and that
Mm-hmm.
will actually bring the gas price down by orders of magnitude,
Mm-hmm.
and that will actually make it very user friendly for ETH stakers.
Yeah, that's amazing. So basically, ZetaEarn can position itself using the Omnichain technology of ZetaChain, be able to like native stake other chain directly from ZetaChain, right?
Yes,
Amazing. And eventually liquid stake also.
correct.
Yeah,
We
amazing.
will actually provide liquid staking services through ZetaEarn for other token assets as well.
Yeah, perfect, perfect. Now, I would like to ask also, because I was able to briefly read about the phases that ZetaEarn is approaching the liquid staking like economy on Zeta chain itself. So, can you explain to us what are these three phases and currently where ZetaEarn is now?
Sure.
Mm.
Thanks for the question. I was just sharing this with our team and with some of
Mhm.
our industry partners earlier today
Mm.
on the three phases that we envision at ZetaEarn. We are currently in phase one, and we have done, I would say, successfully the V1 of our phase one. That is to provide a very baseline liquid staking capability for Zeta token. That
Okay.
is where I think the journey starts, and we have done that. And I would like to also thank more than 500,000 of our user support
Wow.
when we
Amazing.
launched this since 1st of February together with Zeta ZetaChain's mainnet launch.
Mhm.
We are very pleasantly surprised by the number because I think, Ben, you have been in the industry, you know that users are not as many to begin with, and also
Mhm.
are not easy to come by when you have so many protocols that are available. So to accumulate more than 500,000 users within a month's time is something that we are very thankful and also very proud of. So that's phase one. And now we are building, as I was mentioning, we are building out cross-chain staking and restaking for other assets. And we are diving deep into the rabbit hole of how to support Ethereum. And once that is problem is cracked, we are going to go on to other assets such as BDC, BNB, and we are going to evolve along the way with ZetaEarn, ZetaChain's own journey forward. So that will be probably our phase one and phase two when we have successfully implemented the cross-chain liquid restaking. That will be setting a very strong, solid foundation for us to move forward. And then the third phase is where we are going to launch our Zeta Starter, that is our Launchpad. And we believe by then we would have a very loyal and very vibrant community, and we would have established ourselves across the Zeta and Zeta Chain ecosystem with different partners coming in from DEX, lending, social, and other aspects. And we believe that the Zeta Chain ecosystem will take off in this cycle so that there will be newer and more fun, more interesting projects keep popping out from the Zeta Chain ecosystem. And we want to help these builders to quickly bootstrap their initial growth and also to give our community and the users very early access and opportunity to participate in these projects. And so Launchpad is actually a very natural platform to take
Mhm.
on that role. And we believe this will really help ourselves, help the ZetaChain ecosystem and builders and users all to realize uh, real growth in this cycle, and hopefully we'll be able to make everyone successful
Mhm.
in the next 1 2 years time.
Yeah, your faces are really amazing because so basically since Zeta chain is like an omni chain and native, you can integrate native Bitcoin. So we might be expecting a possible liquid stake Bitcoin and also restake Bitcoin asset, right? In the
Yes,
near
that's right.
future.
Yeah. And the way we're going to do it is we don't intend to build out everything from scratch. If
Mm-hmm.
there's an available solution that's, I wouldn't say widely adopted, but we see has the potential to be widely adopted, we will actually reach out to the partner and see if we can develop this jointly and sort of grow together, because we believe in DeFi composability, that we don't have to every time reinvent the wheel, and we just want to build on things that is adding real value to in the process. And like for example, we could explore an opportunity within the eigenlayer ecosystem through
Mm-hmm.
ZetaChain, instead of say we build a similar protocol ourselves, because that is, in my view, not adding the value that we seek to add.
Yeah, I fully agree because the eigenlayer base layer, there are so many protocol building on top of it, as we know.
That's right.
Yeah, with the point system. Yeah, I really fully agree. This is really a huge aspect with Zeta Chain because, as we know, Bitcoin has a really large asset being locked up and no activity. So bringing Bitcoin into the DeFi aspect is a huge opportunity for everyone, most especially with liquidity on that aspect. So
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
mm, mm,
Yeah, I think BDC currently, in a way, is seeing even greater growth or development potential, because the infrastructure, when it comes to things like staking or DeFi lending, is simply not there.
mhm,
Partially because BDC was not created with smart contract or DeFi in mind. But now I think the Bitcoin ecosystem and the developer community has risen to the challenge to bring more use cases that sort of natively evolve out of the Bitcoin base layer code
mhm,
base, rather than say, let's change Bitcoin into something that's similar to Ethereum. A lot of the projects now realize that the potential of Bitcoin in terms of developing additional utility may not have been fully explored.
mhm.
And this actually could be done without changing what Bitcoin is today, because anything that's changing Bitcoin, we have seen in history in the past that it will not be well received by the community. So respecting what Bitcoin is, and then try to build something that is helping to augment the utility of Bitcoin is receiving, I think, better response and feedback from the market, from
Mhm,
investors, from the community. And I think there are projects, for example, like Babylon Chain,
mhm,
that is developing, designing a very neat solution for Bitcoin staking, and that would actually help to provide um, other protocols or other chains with the ability to tap into Bitcoin's strongest blockchain security without having to develop all these things by themselves. And at the same time, they just need to share and incentivize the users in the ecosystem to actually build out their own applications. And I think that is the kind of spirit, that
mhm.
is the kind of direction that I'm very happy to see this industry is going towards.
Yeah, I'm very optimistic also with regards to that, like what Babylon is doing, like
Hmm.
Bitcoin as security service for POS chain is really amazing.
Yeah.
That is being implemented, and for me, like I'm a degen by itself. Like for quite some time, I'm not been using Bitcoin native wallet. Most of the degens are using like the most common MetaMask, and you will be able to see your Bitcoin directly natively on your MetaMask not wrap is quite amazing also for degens to
Yes.
participate.
Yeah,
In
I
DeFi.
think the industry also is sort of developing or growing towards a more collaborative mindset instead of a winner takes all kind of mindset that I'm
Yeah.
creating something in order to totally defeat someone else, but rather I'm building something because I see a gap, and if I build this, I will be able to help the current different moving pieces to come together, and we basically realize a result that is basically greater than some of the parts.
Mhm. Definitely bullish for the industry.
Totally, yes.
Yeah. Now, with regards to like implementation of this, like as we know, there are so many moving pieces here, like liquid staking, restaking. So, with regards to like security implementation, like what are the initiatives ZetaEarn are trying to implement to protect users' asset with regards to this?
Sure. I would say at a very fundamental level, liquid staking or native staking are actually done eventually by node operators.
Mm-hmm.
So we start from the very basics by selecting and working with some of the industry leaders in terms of providing validation services. So we are very happy to share that we have already onboarded Infstones and Figment to be our validation partner.
Mm-hmm.
That they are, I would say, the industry giants in this particular aspect. So having an opportunity to work with them gives us, and by extension gives our users, the assurance that there will not be theoretically uh, any chance of being robbed or being slashed or
Mm-hmm.
being stolen, being hacked in terms of their assets. So that's on the fundamental layer. And then we have the protocol layer kind of security where we have gone through rigorous audit by also industry leading practitioners, including PackShield, that actually have attested that our smart contract has met their standard. We have no critical, no high kind of risk in our protocol, and we take this very, very seriously. I actually do want to stress that because of the relatively simple nature of our product, at least at this current stage,
Mm-hmm.
we have zero tolerance, and we have uh, really gone as far as we could to make sure that there is simply no loophole or no code level, no logic level, no business level kind of mistakes or things that we have missed out in terms of providing a stable, steady, trustworthy experience with our user. Now, that's the second layer. Adding
Mm-hmm.
on to the third layer, I think that would be more economical in a sense that for a liquid staking protocol to be successful, to be sustainable, one of the key points is that there has to be enough liquidity for the users who engage in liquid staking to be
Mm-hmm.
able to quickly withdraw the liquidity if they wish so. So we have in this way worked with quite a number of liquidity providers, including Sushi. Users can actually now go on to Sushi to trade Zeta and ST Zeta. We have
Mm-hmm.
opened a liquidity pool, and we have a token pair there, so that of course on one hand user will be able to stake their Zeta token. On the other hand, when they decide to actually for some reason swap back the token, they will be able to do so
Mm-hmm.
with no issues, no huge slippage. They will find ample liquidity avenue to be able to perform that transaction. So through these three levels of what we consider security design, or in our view, actually, it's all about user experience being safe, being secure, and being smooth, so that we think, and so far our community has given that validation that our service or product is meeting their expectation and they have not uh, been troubled,
Mhm.
so to speak, with any mishaps or something. And actually, we are facing some of the feedback from the community saying that, oh, if I want to unstake my natively staked Zeta, why am I waiting so long, or how can I address that? And we're actually also helping to educate the community about the difference between liquid staking and native staking, and
Mhm.
when they see these kind of different situations, what's the reason behind it? How can they deal with it?
Yeah, definitely. I think those points are very important for to become a robust liquidity hub for a liquid staking hub on a platform like probably ZetaChain. So if I may ask, you're already your governance is already live, right? You already released your governance token because it's already live for your community. You implemented that.
That's a very good question. We
Mm-hmm.
have actually not yet launched our
Mm-hmm.
governance token. That
Okay.
is although stated in our documentation and that is on our roadmap, but we have not yet launched our own token. Our goal here is to firstly provide good products, good services, good experiences to our user, and also we want to pace ourselves with how the market is performing, how much our team can handle. But what I can share on this call is that yes, there will be a token because it's already disclosed in our documentation. As
Mm-hmm.
to when we'll launch the token, I think it won't be far in the future,
Mm-hmm.
and that is why actually we have launched so-called, I would say, a preview or prelude, that is our leaderboard, which is a point system to engage our community, and also when we do launch a token to reward our community for being uh, um, for being with us throughout this journey.
Yeah, so that's an alpha for everyone. Begin to participate with ZetaEarn because there will be future governance token. So they are implementing like gamification, like right for the liquid
Yeah.
staking leaderboard on ZetaEarn, and I'm actually one of the participants there.
All right. Good to have you.
Yeah. So yeah, so the future for this is there will be like governance, like might be possible like whitelisting validators, right? On your liquid staking and other governance functions that you might implement with the community, correct?
Yeah, that is right. That is
Mm-hmm.
right. And also, ZetaEarn is not only about staking; it's
Mm-hmm.
also about Launchpad.
Yeah.
Or the reason why we have chosen the name Earn is to actually provide our users and community with a broader sense of earning opportunities. So staking is, of course, where the stable, so-called passive income comes in. There will be other earning opportunities on the platform as well. So our governance token will actually be able to uh, provide the utility and also the functionality to allow our community to decide on many things, including, like you mentioned, validator, whitelisting, and potentially, for example, launchpad, project selection, allocation parameters, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's amazing. So there will be more activities, inherent activities will be coming for ZetaEarn as it opens more avenues and opportunities to some other like collaboration with other protocols and
That's
DeFi
right.
levels. Mhm.
Yes.
Now, you already mentioned some of like the ZetaEarn trying to work on for the future, but can you somehow like give us like a compact overview of possible roadmaps of ZetaEarn and what will be ZetaEarn in the coming possible like years. We cannot really tell years because 1 week in DeFi is already like months. So it's 24 by 7. So it's really fast. So yeah, any possible roadmaps for in general for ZetaEarn.
Sure. I think I absolutely agree with Ben that you said we can't predict the years ahead,
Mm-hmm.
but we do have a quarterly plan in terms of roadmap going ahead. In the upcoming Q2, our goal is to launch risk staking contract or capability, as well as cross-chain staking capability. And then in Q3, we intend to launch our Launchpad Zeta Starter as well as our token. Uh, but token, just want to put a caveat here. It may be earlier, maybe later. We have to time ourselves right for this. But if everything goes according to plan, which seldom it does, this will be in for Q3. And in Q4, we currently plan to actually set up a DAO to allow more governance participation from our token holder, from the community. And we're also going to polish our product and services even further by focusing heavily on gamification in Q4. And this will be the broad strokes that we have planned in store, which I think we will quickly also share this publicly to our community so that everyone gets up to date on what we have planned and sort of tread with us together on this journey as we implement and realize these milestones one and each at a time.
Yeah, that's a good vision. Looking forward for ZetaEarn, as we like been since ZetaChain Filipino community are very active, so they might infuse also the liquid staking, restaking, education aspect for the community, so everyone like newbies, normies be able to educate and get familiar with it and be able to participate on ZetaEarn in the aspect that they already know the overview with regards to its product. So looking forward for that roadmap that ZetaEarn is working on.
Sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now we're almost on the last part of our show. So how do we connect with ZetaEarn? Like for newbies or interested parties that you want to participate in that.
Sure. I think for a user, your journey starts by visiting our website at ZetaEarn.com.
Mhm.
And of course, you will connect your wallet. And if you have some Zeta in your wallet, you can try out the liquid staking functionality on our D app. And to actually join our Discord community, we have the link provided on our website. We are more than happy to see users following our Twitter accounts where we share the latest developments, when we launch new campaigns, when we have something really just random to share and chat about. And we also have our Telegram channel that we use it more as a announcement channel so
Mhm.
that we make sure despite all the chatters and all the engagement that our users have, you have one place to go if you want to know what's happening on ZetaEarn, and without the other messages sort of flooding and bearing these announcements in the process. And I think uh, we are actively actually looking also for different ways to engage and have fun together with our community. So if our audience here or our users in general
Mhm.
have any suggestions, any feedback, and want to give us a thumb up, want to tell us that hey, you need to work harder on this part, just let us know on Twitter, let us know on Discord, and we will be happy to follow up and really see um, we can co-create something that will take the users at heart and put the users first. Instead of building something that we thought you need, we want to build something that our users really need.
Yeah, definitely agree. Feedbacks, comments is really important on streamlining more further the product, the DeFi product, like particularly ZetaEarn. So everyone, yeah, Filipino, I'm inviting all Filipino DeFi enthusiasts, normies who are curious to get onboarded and with ZetaEarn. They have those socials and they're really willing to help, ask questions. They will be guiding us. Actually, it's really amazing experience. Like ZetaEarn, on their launch, they able to gather, have a strong community, 500,000 participants for a liquid staking platform is really amazing number. And as we know, ZetaChain is also has a very large user base. I think the Twitter already have like 1 million plus follows. So the community is very vibrant, and I'm really hoping that ZetaChain Filipino, the Filipino community, will align also with regards to this. So, Sir Flixos, we're really honored to have you here. So, thank you so much for coming on the show. And we know you're very busy building, but you spent time talking about your product here with us, so that Filipino community will be aware somehow and get to learn about it.
Yeah, the pleasure is mine. Thank you so much for having me. And it's really nice to have the opportunity to speak with our Filipino community.
Mhm.
And I would love to keep working with you guys and really just let us know how we can serve our users better. And I really love the creativity and the ingenuity coming from the community, that actually sometimes the best ideas come from our passionate community and users. So please give us a try and let us know how we are doing and see how we can actually make this journey fun, make staking enjoyable, and
Yep.
how we can actually make the launch pads that we are planning really something you want to play with.
Yeah, I was just curious. You are based on what country, Sir Plexus?
I'm based in
No?
Singapore,
Singapore.
and
Okay.
our team is on a full remote basis that
Mhm.
we have people coming from different parts of the world. So, in a way, we have all the time zones covered.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Mhm.
But on the other hand, sometimes it is not that easy to find a common slot where everyone can come together to have a discussion. But I think that is less of a problem because we all work 24/7 in crypto, right?
Yeah, correct. Definitely agree. So, Sir Plexus, thank you so much again for your time. It's a pleasure. We learn a lot about your product and probably your roadmaps and how we integrate with you. So, yeah, have a good night to you. See you on the other episode that we might interact in the
Thank
future.
you. See you guys around. Take
Yeah.
care.
Bye for now. Bye bye.